Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I am here to discuss Jake Paul versus the one and only Nate Diaz. If you want to stick around till the end of the video to hear my actual prediction for this fight and how this fight will turn out. Of course, it would only be a prediction, and predictions are only that, predictions. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. This week, we are here to discuss a boxing match between Nate Diaz and Jake Paul. When I look at this fight, there are many different ways that this fight can actually go. The first way is for Nate Diaz to control the center of the ring, relying on his longer streak in fighting. I wouldn't say that he is a better boxer than Jake Paul, because that would be a big statement to make. In all honesty, I don't think people put enough respect on Jake Paul's name as a boxer, not as the guy that provokes you to react to him in whatever way that you do. But I'm talking about the boxer Jake Paul here. I am not talking about the internet personality. I'm talking about Jake Paul as a boxer does not get enough respect in terms of boxing. But we are speaking hypotheticals here, and say that Nate somehow controls the center of the ring, which I don't see that, or the boxing ring, which I don't see that happening. In all honesty, that's an unlikely scenario, because I think maybe Nate is around the same height as Jake, but I really do believe that Jake is going to come into this fight much bigger than Nate Diaz. For Nate to actually control the center of the ring is going to be a difficult task. Is going to be, I think, too much. You would be asking too much of Nate if that was the case, for Nate to control the center of the ring due to his vast experience in fighting in general. The second, and to me, perhaps the more obvious way that this fight's going to go or play out is, Jake Paul dominating everything from movement, controlling the pace of the fight, perhaps the first few rounds. Obviously, it's going to be a testing round for Jake Paul in particular, to get the pace and the rhythm of Nate Diaz. Feel the power, perhaps. I don't know how much you want to feel the power, but definitely the first few rounds for, I would say, the more experienced boxer over here. Jake Paul is gonna feel out Nate Diaz, see what he's made of, and I really do believe that Jake is going to be able to at least knock Nate down a couple times during the fight and ultimately win this fight. We all know that Nate is very difficult to knock out, so I don't really see that happening, but I definitely see Jake Paul ultimately winning this fight. With no disrespect to Nate, I think Nate's one of those fighters that perhaps stayed in the game for a bit too long. He's been doing it for so long, still fighting, going into his first boxing match that I'm aware of, at least, against one of the bigger names in fighting nowadays, whether we like it or not, Jake Paul. With no disrespect to Nate, but I believe Jake takes this one. It's going to be a tough fight for Nate, unless Nate can surprise us with, and I do mean it when I say surprise us, because it would be highly unlikely for Nate to win this fight. I just do not see that playing out in my mind. This is only a prediction, but I would go with Jake finishing this fight, perhaps even knocking down Nate a couple times. If you made it this far, I appreciate it for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.